everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Present Day Polaroid Podcast. I'm your host, Mac Mead, and this week, I think I want to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson. So, if you're listening in, I'm going to assume that you're a big Polaroid fan. We have a great community here of people who love Polaroid images. For me, they're a huge part of my life. I capture all of my most amazing memories on Polaroids. I use them as wall decor, they're in my memory box. I think they're a fantastic invention, and I cannot imagine my life without my Polaroid pictures. And you'd think that that would not happen because Polaroids have been around for all these years, and they're kind of old-fashioned and old-timey, but actually, we almost lived in a world where modern-day technology led to the end of Polaroid photography. So a little bit of backstory. The first ever instant film Polaroid camera was invented in 1970s when this opened up the world of photography. Traditional film photography involved chemicals and dark rooms, and it was really hard to make traditional photography widely accessible. So a lot of people did not have access to photography. And the invention of instant film and Polaroid cameras really opened up the world to more opportunities and more photographs were being taken. It was still a little bit expensive when Polaroid cameras came out. They were seen a little bit like a luxury. However, they weren't as dangerous and didn't involve chemicals and science, so more people were able to take their own photographs. There was a big boom of Polaroid photography in the 70s and 80s. People loved them. There were different types. Some were like stickers where you would print the picture off and then you could immediately adhese it, and then you could immediately stick it onto your own belongings. It had an adhesive backing. That was really cool. Polaroids came in different sizes depending on which camera you had and what type of film you used. There's some fun films. They were really amazing. However, the invention of digital cameras and the boom in digital photography almost brought an end to Polaroid and Polaroid cameras and Polaroid as a company. Because as the digital camera market boomed, people stopped buying as many film cameras. Yeah, instant film photography was pretty easy, but digital cameras allowed you to share one photograph with several people, and it also brought a lot of editing. So people who wanted to edit their photos weren't going to use instant film, they were going to use digital cameras. There was also a big boom in the internet, which then caused more people to want to be able to post and share their photographs online. We can't really post and share photographs online of instant film. You can't share instant film online unless you take a photo of your instant film picture, which is really cool, and a lot of people do that nowadays. But back when the digital camera market was booming, people didn't really see a need to have both. Why would you spend a lot of money to have two separate cameras when you could just buy one? So unless people already had instant film cameras, they weren't really seeking to buy an instant film camera and a digital camera. And so in 2001, Polaroid as a company filed for bankruptcy protection. They just didn't, Polaroid just didn't embrace the new digital technology as much as their competitors. And so there were people that were making a lot more money than Polaroid was. Their company was really distraught in the invention of digital photography. In 2008, they actually announced that they would be permanently ceasing the production for instant film. However, that sad news inspired a small group of people who later became known as the Impossible Project. These instant photography fans banded together, and they were determined to keep Polaroid alive, and they brought it back to life. They took an old, beaten-down factory and restored it so that instant film would not disappear. The Impossible Project saved instant film photography, and then under new ownership, Polaroid made its way back into the market. So isn't it crazy to think that this digital technology almost ruined something so classic and unique? All right, everyone, that's this week's podcast. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to talk some more about Polaroids. See ya!